Righto, you absolute legends. James from GAMAFLARE, and tonight we unleash the Porsche Cup monsters at Spa-Francorchamps, where apparently everyone collectively agreed brakes were optional. 4 wide into a 1 wide hairpin? Yeah, mate, what could possibly go wrong? Then came Eau Rouge. Race control asked for patience. The drivers responded by turning Eau Rouge into an expensive carbon fibre explosion. Porsches flying everywhere, blokes vanishing into the shadow realm. Proper motorsport chaos, mate. Somehow, the chaos found another gear. Race 2 managed to top it. Reverse grid goes green, and before they even reach the line, a front row starter loops it solo. That's not racecraft, that's a live demonstration of panic. But buried inside the carnage, absolute brilliance. One driver throws the Porsche fully sideways at 240 Ks, somehow catches it mid-disaster and drives away like nothing happened. Certified Code Brown. Somebody checked that bloke's heartbeat. Eau Rouge claimed more victims. Cars started flying again, and Nico Scalzi decided 4 wheels were more of a suggestion than a requirement. And from this point on, Davo and J-Man take control from the Matchfit Entertainment commentary box, guiding you corner by corner through the carnage, the brilliance, and everything in between. Because in Porsche Cup, the stopwatch rewards speed, the walls punish everything else. And next round, Vandvoort, banking, sand traps, old school brutality. So steady the nerves and join us where heroes are made and egos get launched into the gravel. We'll see you there when the engines scream to life.
Good evening and welcome viewers to, and thank you James for a wonderful intro and a little bit of a breakdown of last week's round at Spa there, ladies and gentlemen. But yes, look, welcome. It is a Wednesday night. That means it is the SCNZ 2026 SIMBLACKS Porsche Cup. I think it's round 3 tonight, and the boys will be circulating around the famous Vandvoort. I'm Davo, J-Man, always by my side. How are you doing, my friend?
Yeah, g'day Davo. Evening viewers, welcome back. Once again, the Porsche Cup Series. We are back here, baby, and back at Vandvoort, as you mentioned. 4.25 kilometres, 14 turns, epic amount of camber available through multiple sections of this racetrack here tonight, and the guys will utilise it to the best of their ability. Just currently in an open 15-minute qualifying session. Got high 30s in there tonight. Actually haven't done just an updated count, but it was knocking on 37, 38 last time I looked.
Yep, it was.
So another stacked field here at Supercars NZ, the SIMBLACKS Porsche Cup Series. So looking forward to this one. So we will get about the business, and the business end will be obviously this qualifying session, followed by 2 heat races. The first one, a 15-minute, very much a sprint race. So important qualifying this one. No mandatory pit stop required on that one, Davo. However, once we finish up that one, we do go into the feature 25, which will be a full reverse grid, and we've seen how much drama comes with that. However, I did hear race control read the rule book to the drivers, so hopefully they can get amongst it and keep it all nice and civil and get out there and provide us with a great spectacle tonight. But already the time's falling 33.9 now for Stefan McCartan. We did see some 33s in official practice, and look, a little bit of traffic for some of these guys to negotiate, because as they come around on their hot lap, fair few yellow sectors as cars really pushing the limits and finding themselves the wrong way. Obviously, the latter version of Vandvoort, much to most of the sim racers' delight, lots of banking on the final turn here.
Yes, and it is the current version of Vandvoort as well, of course, being iRacing. So they've banked it up in recent years, and so very quick. The guys will no doubt be flat stick up and out of that corner, up the hill, and do the right-hander. Awesome stuff. Quickly thank our sponsors, as always, GAMAFLARE. If it's got anything to do with Supercars NZ, it's GAMAFLARE is on board. Obviously, Matchfit Entertainment bringing it to you live tonight. We're going to thank, obviously, our Sky viewers for joining in and to enjoy enjoy the broadcast, as well as obviously SIMBLACKS, the series namesake, the 2026 SIMBLACKS Porsche Cup, and this week's weekly sponsor is Auto FI. I think I've been pronouncing it Auto F1, but I think it is Auto FI. For all your auto finance needs, ladies and gentlemen, Google Auto FI and get amongst it. They actually have some pretty cool deals, and if you can refer someone to Auto FI, you can also get a little bit of an Easter egg from the boys over there. So good stuff from those guys. J-Man, like you said, just breaking down the format for tonight. It has been very successful over the last couple of rounds. Hectic as hell at Spa last week, but you know, we sort of expected it. But awesome racing to come out of that round, and again, we're going to see that reverse grid situation again tonight. So buckle up, ladies and gentlemen. This is going to be awesome. Here at Vandvoort, J-Man, who have you got eyes on? This qualifying session is short and sweet.
Yeah, just over the halfway mark through it at the moment, and I'm watching intently Cooper Prout, Alex Sprague, Hugo Allen, obviously I think the Apex Lab SIMBLACKS cars there, the Porsche's going at it, and a 33.3 for Prout, 33.488 for Sprague, and a 33.495 for Hugo Allen. Stefan McCartan, second in the championship behind Hugo Allen at the moment, currently P4 on 8.33.6, and Tom Hurley throws his name in the hat with a 33.4, so not a lot separating realistically the top 5 drivers at the moment. Just under 3/10 separates those guys as we see Hugo Allen come through, and he joins the 33.3 club. So
wow, there you
some
go.
thirsty threes. So yeah,
there's a few there actually, down to Stefan there, all in the 133s, and all very close. J-Man 133.3 down to a 133.6. So very close times. Look, we love Vandvoort, J-Man. It's a bit of it's a very nice track to drive as a driver. A lot of banking on some of the corners, but can prove a little technical in some of the sectors there, particularly down through that massive sort of parabolic style corner. Very banked there, and you just really got to get that right. J-Man, expect some action, I suspect, in lap 1 through, I think it's 2, 3 and 4 there. Tightens up terribly, and with nearly 40 cars again here tonight. J-Man, that will be the bottleneck, I think, at the beginning of these races.
yeah, and look, one of the dynamic factors the driver's got to deal with right now, with still just under 5 minutes left to run, is the amount of debris. So the amount of gravel that is now located on the race circuit. We picked up on this on our previous broadcast last night. We were covering off the Supercar Race Force, Supercar ZZ, and you know, just the amount of gravel out certain parts. So the drivers, look, they're all in the same boat. They've got to deal with it. Sometimes it's on the race line, sometimes it's off it. And look, just sort of following a couple of these cars at the moment, and I actually just saw Hugo Allen just pick up a bit of debris between turn 2 and 3, and it really upset the car, and that lap's been aborted. However, he is provisionally on the top spot by the smallest margin.
Yeah.
Race control particularly busy at the moment. Obviously a lot of traffic out there, and just really I think some drivers calling for a little bit of space and a little bit of respect, because 4.25 kilometres and 14 turns with approximately 40 cars. It's a pretty busy race circuit right now.
Yeah, well, look, Zandvoort's a busy place. You only got to put probably half the amount of cars that are out there at the moment on this track, and it's a pretty busy piece of tarmac. But nearly 40 cars here tonight. What did you say? 2 Ks or something?
It's around 4.26. Yeah.
Yeah. but very busy 4.26Ks, J-Man.
Very much. Yeah.
A few boys still rolling out of the pit lane. To get that last shot at qualifying. Winding down, we've got, I think, a little under 3 minutes here left to run. So everybody just trying to knuckle down. If they haven't already got that banker, they want to get it in now, because this is going to be their last shot at it. These short qualifying sessions really test these boys. They don't sort of really, I mean, it's a bit like the racing, J-Man. The races are very quick fire, very short races, so the guys don't really get a chance to settle in. And a little bit like the qualifying is, like, just, look, they've got to get the banker, and then, you know, like, push after that to see whether they can make any improvements. But they've definitely got to get that bank lap in, just to get them at least somewhere close to where they want to be on the grid. Logan
Yeah,
Howard.
I totally agree.
Yeah, Logan Howard on screen at the moment. J-Man rounding out the top 10 in provisionally, I will say, because there is still a couple of minutes left in the qualifying. But yeah, holding down the top 10 provisionally at the moment in qualifying.
Yeah, and I just picked up on, I think it was Roger Forbett, the 51 car. I was just watching him just outside the 10 at the moment. Got a lot of nice representation there for Matchfit Motorsport, so appreciate that. Does look good on the rear end of the Porsche in that car, so we appreciate that, Roger.
Absolutely. And yeah, big fans of Forbett's, one of the Misfits racing crew. So Jake and I are big fans of the boys. And they do sport, they do have quite a garage. So we do see a good splattering of Misfits cars, particularly in the V8 series, J-Man. From one week to the next. So yeah,
tend to find each other on track, don't they, mate?
And they do too. They're very equally paced. So yeah, awesome stuff. Winding down here, ladies and gentlemen. 30 seconds or so to go.
And
McLeod actually just sneaking up into the top 10.
And Hugo Allen puts a bit of a full stop on that with a 33.0 as the clock ticks down. So just went around 0.3 better to Hugo Allen. So that's an impressive time. However, super close. You've got to get out to Ryan Delaney to get to a half a second. And then to meet the 1 second bracket in the lap time, I'm not sure actually how far we got to go. Okay, so, oh no, sorry, it is P6, sorry. Just my data getting confused there. However, that is quali done. Hugo Allen takes the top spot, shares the front row with Cooper Prout, Tom Bewley, Alex Bragg, row 2. Stefan McCart and Ryan Delaney see themselves on row 3. Paul Booth and Nico Cordia, row 4. Casey Sturrock, Jared McLeod for the 5th row. And then we do see Logan Howard and Matt K. Howard as well on the next row. Forbett gets pegged back to P13 after that good initial phase of qualifying. And then Sid Ahmed Benjafer is in 14th. Matt Hayward 15th. So that runs through the top 15. I can tell you, I could keep going because they do go all the way down to around about 40. If we subtract a couple of race control, obviously live stewarded here tonight, and I will hand the race start procedure back over to my good friend and commentator Davo for this one.
Yes, as I suspect, the boys starting to form up on the grid.
Oh, yeah.
J-Man, let's get on what's going on, and look at that field, ladies and gentlemen. It is vast, to say the least, as the guys Standing start here tonight by the looks there as well, J-Man. So buckle up, ladies and gentlemen, as these boys battle to get these things off the line here at Vandvoort, round 3 in the Supercars NZ 2026 SIMBLACKS Porsche Cup from Vandvoort. Ladies and gentlemen, a few seconds to go. Look at that field. Just look down that line of cars. Like I said, that is vast line of cars there. The lights are up, ladies and gentlemen. Buckle up.
Green, green, green.
We've got a green flag, and off we go. And there's covering already at the top of the grid here. Two teammates.
Immediately.
Side by side through the corner. I wasn't sure whether he was playing wingman and covering from behind, but I actually think he was attacking Jay, to be honest. As we just see Sturrock into that turn 4 area, very tight. Got 1 or 2 cars around so far in a very technical section of the circuit. Like we mentioned, very tricky stuff to start a lap off here with nearly 40 cars out on track here tonight, again for round 3 at Vandvoort. J-Man, reasonably clean start. I think Mackenzie got tangled up there in the background, as did Jesse Simpson. We might get back to the replays a little bit later, but J-Man, what for Vandvoort, a very good clean start.
Yeah, good little battle going on. A little further back as well. Nico Cordia, Jared McLeod, still side by side. They run that whole mid-sector, door to door. It still goes on. Just sorts itself out as they come down effectively to the turn 11-12 chicane.
And McLeod actually exits stage left there, J-Man, through the chicane there. Allows Nico to roll through. Nico is not out of the woods here as the boys come across the line. The 1 here at Vandvoort for round 3 in the SIMBLACKS Porsche Cup. J-Man, good clean stuff. But look, I was just going to say, Nico is not out of the woods there. Sturrock's fast. Or is he? It's on.
Oh, potentially. Oh, hip and shoulder there. Awkward position up there through 2-3.
Oh, and Sturrock's actually lost another position to Howard there too. So, plenty going on, ladies and gentlemen, as you would expect. Look at this one here, J-Man. Stephen McCartan with Ryan Delaney all up on Stephen McCartan's back grille. It is a Porsche, mind you. Up in his grille there. And Stephen will have to stay focused here as they run down this little kink back straight here and into this little tricky chicane here. The Porsche seem to deal with this actually quite well, J-Man, but you were talking about debris on the track earlier. And that is one of the sectors of track that does collect a lot of debris in that chicane area. I see in the background as well.
Yes, yeah, no, it does. And a couple of toes in the recent months. I think it was, I think it was the Vaughan Martin car requested toe, and there was another one.
I did see that.
Yeah, it's like a little bit of heat there. That's Hayward and Howard actually. Plenty going on down there, turn 1. It's interesting to see them immediately cover off of turn 14 all the way down to 1.
And Hayward.
Trying to size up Howard here, Logan.
And so get off that little bumpy right-hand kink before they brow the hill there, and then they literally drop into that massive banked right-hander there. Very grippy part of the track there if you got the car online.
Yeah, it is. And good getaway at the moment from Hugo Allen, the current point series leader. Has got a nice little buffer at the moment over the team car of Cooper Prout. Then Tom Bewley, Alex Sprague right on the back there. So that's a good battle going there for the podium. Already in this race one, already approaching the first 5-minute part of what is a 15-minute race. Stefan McCartan just a little bit back from that. And then Ryan Delaney not too far off of that, so that's cool. Top six, got a nice air gap over Paul Booth. And then comes the Nico Cordia, Matt Howard battle that we just saw in the recent past. Just have a look and see who that was. I think it is... Okay, Jesse Simpson gets himself a drive-through penalty. I think you picked up on that one earlier, Davo.
Yeah, tricky stuff there. We've got a massive crash by the looks of it there in 3.
Yep.
I think that's Turner, might have been the first car off there. It is.
Yeah, De Graaf's still in the fence. Is this a safety car opportunity, or will they get it cleared up?
Yes, I think De Graaf turned up on this little exchange a little bit after the and just got tangled up in it. Not ideal for De Graaf there. Yes, he was in the wall. J-Man backed in the car. Although doesn't look that damaged on that side of the car.
No, it seems to come away not too bad out of that one, and a little bit of play on there. Just let a little bit of traffic go.
Okay. So,
but however, still watching intently with Alex Sprague on Tom Bewley. Hugo Allen looks to have a bit of a handle on it. He's got a 1.2 second margin over Cooper Prout at the moment. So the plan in place. We know how these ones roll. These 15-minute opening sessions very much. The cream rises to the top in qualifying, and they get to go about their program. However, very, very different situation coming up in the feature with a reversed full grid. Effectively could be starting off with somewhere around P40. And this nice rhythm at the moment is from Alex Sprague.
So we've still got Howard, I think it's over McLeod now. Just tucked in behind, yes, McLeod.
Jared McLeod behind Logan Howard. Yep.
So
nicely sideways too, down there off of, I think that was turn 9, coming out of 10 now, heading down to 11.
Sprague. Oh, I think Sturrock, should I say? Sturrock, should I say? With pressure on Cordia. Did he actually? No, that's Cordia in front. Then it's Sturrock, and then it's Howard.
Yeah, Matt Howard. Yeah. Good battle going on there. Lap times are impressive. 33.1 for Hugo Allen to be the fastest man out there. He actually clocked through of 33.2 last lap around, so he's pressing on with that pace. But the Cooper Prout, Tom Bewley cars both 33.4s last lap round, so immense pace.
We got Sturrock with a crash. Hang on, J-Man. We just picked this up on my data here. T1.
Yep.
Oh, it's in on, that would have been Howard, J-Man, and that car is around. So, Howard continues on, currently holding down at 9th position at the moment. Hayward behind, Howard, then McLeod there in 12th. So a bit of a gap up the top. Where is Sturrock again? Where does he land? He's landed himself in behind Greenall. And look at that little group behind him there. That is Dyson Freeman, Matt Priest, and Ben Duff. I think I'm butchering that name. Please.
What are you talking about? Sid Ahmed Benjafer?
Yeah,
Yep.
Benjamin. So, nice work from these boys, running line astern. You can throw a blanket over those cars as this in behind here. Get a load of this. Daryl Callahan with Booth and Dunning and Chris with an S. Ladies and gentlemen, just quietly, as you can see there on the graphic, chasing up in the background there. In behind that, we've got Mackenzie, Sweeney and Forbett. Forbett had the maybe a little bit of a mischief in the Misfits car.
Yeah, back 14 spots. I think for me, Blake Greenhall, he's up 10 spots. Also, Nick Webster's up 13 spots. So good showing there from those boys. A lot of status quo at the top end of town, though. Hugo Allen, Cooper Prout, Tom Bewley, Alex Sprague. Although, what am I seeing here? All the way down to Nico Cordia. Status quo as far as starting position. So, like I said, the qualifying sorts itself out for these top boys, and they go about their business. And the lap time's super impressive as well, just in the recent past.
So, obviously, standouts there, it's got to be Greenall, J-Man, in that stunningly presented Rothman's Porsche. Probably one of the best looking cars out on the grid. And who else is there that stands out? Oh, Webster, actually. There you go. Nick Webster up 13 positions. So Greenall up 10 and Webster up 13. Good work from both those boys. Double digits on the gains. So nice stuff. Not too many people. I mean, there's a few that have lost positions. Forbett actually down 13. So he's probably... lost out more than anyone. Man, bit of a gap between the leaders. We'll pick up on Hugo Allen's car there. So a good, healthy gap. J-Man.
Yeah, 1.6 seconds. So he's done a nice job over Cooper Proud at the moment. We saw them trading down to turn 1 on lap 1. However, Hugo Allen won that battle from the front row, standing start here tonight. And it's just looked to press on and bank very, very consistent times. However, Prout now claims the fastest lap of the race with a 33.0, so he's got a little bit of sting in the tail at the back end. However, we are deep into the final quarter of this one with only 3 minutes remaining of this race, and you know, it's taken effectively 8 laps to build 1.6 seconds. But Hugo Allen is not likely going to relinquish that in a hurry, and there was only just over 2/10 the difference between the cars and the previous lap time. However, Tom Bewley doing a nice job, defended beautifully against Alex Sprague early in the piece to hold on to what will be, should it stay the same, a podium. And then Sprague, McCartan, Delaney, obviously they still just out there, absolutely, I think, at the maximum attack limit. They're all banking 33s, down to Delaney, who just ran a 34. But once again, 33.3 at the top end of town, 33.8 for Prout, 33.8 for Bewley. Oh, no, Jonathan Turner cops a late drive-through penalty there.
Oh, that's late in the race too, Jamie. And no recovery from that at this late stage. So, and we just, as we were just actually picking up on Freeman, making a little error as he just checked up on the car that was directly in front of him, and I'm unaware of who that was, but ended up turning a Porsche there into that little back chicane there. J-Man not late in the race, no recovering from that as we wind down. 1.5 minutes to go, ladies and gentlemen. Here.
Nice move down the inside of Chris S down there to turn 1, and I just... Prior to that, there was Leith Swinney was in there as well, so those cars very, very close out on track.
Yeah, so Forbett in recovery mode. J-Man doing a stellar job actually in the Misfits car.
Look what's happened just in front of him. It's going to get busy.
Oh, it's very busy. It's very, very busy.
He could be the opportunist here. He could. He certainly...
Here we go. Oh, damn. These guys, they're playing for keeps. They're winding down. This is probably the second last lap here for them.
Yep.
I would suspect, as I think Alan will get across the line for another lap there, J-Man. So, yeah, these guys definitely not mucking around. Look at that train of cars actually all the way back to, I think it is Simpson. Oh, it's actually Simpson just running wide and off track there. Allow. Who was that just snuck past him? Might have been Mackenzie. Yes, it was Mackenzie. So now Mackenzie and one of the other Misfits racing team cars there. Up another position nicely. Yeah, look at that lot. They are going hard at it, J-Man.
Yeah, they are, for sure.
Who else is in close contact here is also Howard on Howard. That is...
Here comes Hugo Allen too, Davo, to take the checkers once again. No stranger to this. So well done to Hugo Allen over Cooper Prout, Davo. Tom Bewley grabs that third position over Sprague, McCartan, Delaney, Booth, Cordia. You were just calling the Howard.
The Howard and Howard, yeah. Look, and these guys were going hard at it, J-Man. Matt and Logan Howard, Matt Haywood, Jared McLeod, Matt Priest, Blake Greenall. How many positions has he gained? 9 positions throughout the race. Sturrock back in 15.
Good drive from Richard Allport as well. Well done to Chitty there with 10 points. 10 places gained, 14th place finish. Super consistent. So it's great to see. And
as he runs across the line there, J-Man to complete his final lap. Now look at this lot. Callahan, these guys side by side. Callahan and Sweeney, and then Forbin in the background, then Chris, Mackenzie and Simpson all running across the line in very quick succession. David Booth, Kyle Burke and Jonathan Turner, J-Man, Nick Webster and Nick Aston a little bit further back, as is a couple of the other boys. But what a cracking race. Very quick fire stuff here. These boys do not get a lot of time to get settled in. It is literally, mate, it's pretty much a 15-minute qualifying session, isn't it?
Yeah.
So awesome stuff from the boys there. Okay, what are we going to do? We're going to remind you of what's up next week, firstly. And what is up next week, you ask, viewers. It is Adelaide. Yes, the infamous Adelaide, we'll call it. Not the famous Adelaide. Infamous street circuit, obviously, down in South Australia. So that is going to be awesome. 40-odd Porsches ripping around there. That will be a spectacle, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to remind you of this, which is very much spectacular as well. It is the Get a Sim competition. Yes, your chance to win big, just like the title says. So get your phones out, ladies and gentlemen, and scan that QR code and go in the draw. Free sign up. Thanks to GAMAFLARE, Supercars NZ, Matchfit, SIMBLACKS and Mazda Racing all chipping in to make that happen. I think it's drawn early July or something. There is terms and conditions, but yeah, free to enter, ladies and gentlemen. All you got to do is scan that QR code, and you too could be racing in the Supercars NZ 2020 bloody 6 season 2 of the Porsche SIMBLACKS Porsche Cup Series in that kit. So well worth jumping on board. And look, if you want to get involved, if you're watching this now and you are not signed up for the 2026 SIMBLACKS Porsche Cup Series, then all you have to do is scan that code there and go to the entry form. Again, free to sign up for the Supercars Porsche Cup Series here. I think, what are we saying? Nearly 40 cars on track. We pretty much had over 40 cars for the two first rounds, and then I think we've got pretty much 40 cars again here tonight. I'm sort of saying I think it'll be successful. And we'll be running another series. So good work from the SCNZ boys, J-Man, with this SIMBLACKS Porsche Cup. So yeah, get involved, ladies and gentlemen, in the Porsche Cup and with the Get a Sim giveaway there as well, because awesome stuff, both of those things. We are going to once again thank our sponsors. We'll go to the points too. We'll just bring the points page up, so it'll just give you a bit of an idea on where everything's sitting in the championship. Very short championship here. It's a little bit of a tester for the SCNZ boys, only 5 rounds, but that is the current points there, ladies and gentlemen. So no surprise to see some of those names. Look, you guys, a lot of the viewers that are regulars here at Matchfit Entertainment will recognise those names, the usual suspects, as we call them, up the top of that championship points table there at the moment. So no surprise at all. Hugo Allen leading the way, Stephen McCartan as infamous Stephen McCartan, Sprague, J-Man, Delaney, Sprout, Howard, Scholesy, Bewley, Booth, and Shepherd, Dylan Shepherd, we're going to get a top 10. Wilcox, Freeman, Howard, Haas, Bade, and Carwood, and Edgar, and McLeod, and Jack. I can't read that. Let me.
Widdus, mate. Jack Widdus.
Sorry.
Yep.
Damon,
You're right.
I'm just
Yep.
squinting. I'm squinting.
You keep going. You can keep going, because I can assure you that there are around about, as far as the points scored this series. This is round 3. It goes down to 53 drivers scoring points.
There you go.
Critical stuff about what you just disclosed with the points, though. 62-point margin.
Yep.
Hugo Allen over McCartan after race 1. Can tell you now, Sprague finishing up in a high position, and obviously only being, I think, around about I think it was a 9-point deficit from McCartan. That likely going to put a lot of pressure on Stefan going into race 2 here tonight, the 25-minute feature, which is not too far away, around about 10 seconds before the warm-up session finishes. So yeah, look, the series has been fantastic. We're only 3 rounds in of 5. You know, the support and the success is lending itself very much. If you follow the forums and you keep up with everything Supercars NZ's doing, they are very much looking at running again at some capacity in this. And I think, you know, realistically, from Matchfit standpoint, why wouldn't they? It has been an absolute hit. The drivers, the caliber, the quality, the size of the fields, pretty dang amazing. And you know, I'll be dipped if we don't see this thing back to back and get another one going, and with a lot more potential as well. So looking forward to this one, as we do see the cars start to populate the grid here for what is, as we mentioned, if you've just tuned in, it is a 25-minute full reverse grid from race 1 feature race here, and 1 mandatory CPS here. So mandatory pit stop car must be stationary in your own pit box. They are fuel sensitive, so very much the likelihood that do have to take some fuel here. It is very high percentage of throttle at this racetrack as well. So just bear in mind, if you hear us starting to scramble for data for the likes of Hugo Allen, Prout, Bewley, Sprague, McCartan, just to name a few that are coming off the back of the grid, we do know that Allen's effectively going to come off of P40 or 42, somewhere like that. Watch this space as the lights are up, Davo.
Here we go, lights are up, ladies and gentlemen. It's going to get busy as we go green. J-Man immediately see action in the background here. 3 wide for multiple rows there in No surprise as they go through 2, 3, and 4. Edgar out in front. Edgar around. Was it Edgar? No, it wasn't. It was, who was that went around? No.
I'm not sure. The data's still shuffling out, so I can't quite see who's in first. It's telling me Roger Forbett, and I can tell from my graphic that it is not. It is...
I think it was Mackenzie.
Okay, Mackenzie.
So, well, we're picking up on Mackenzie. There is actually a bigger accident after 3 there, J-Man, which the camera boys actually just picked up on. So the carnage didn't stop at 3 at the head. It has continued on as the boys roll. Well, they're not rolling, but they get around to complete their first lap. Edgar leading the way, J-Man up 2 positions already. Dion de Graaf up 9 positions in lap 1. These guys haven't even come out onto the start pretty straight yet, and there is massive
if you
gains.
want to talk about positions, take a look at Hugo Allen's numbers, Davo, and just take a look at what he's made in 1 lap.
Yeah.
And Cooper Prout's trying to go with him as well. So these are the guys from the front of race 1. Started from the back at race 2 here. And he's found himself a 4-way in traffic here. And that's going to slow the pace. And this is what they're going to deal with. Hence why we mentioned potential early pit stops for some of these drivers to try and clear a little bit of traffic. However,
Alan,
the way you can see it, 30 positions gained. Alex Sprague and 31 for Hugo Allen. 1 lap.
And Allen with teammate in tow, like I said, literally found themselves in this 4-5-way battle amongst the boys, just doing their own thing here. As we can see over the rear wing of Allen's car, multiple cars in the sandpit. Down there, is it 7, J-Man? The big right-hander there, 7 or 8 there. Massive, more cars off track here.
Oh, and who is that? It's Daryl Callahan losing the rear down into turn 10. Gathers it up nicely, though. He's going to cost him, though, because the field is very much backed up at the moment. There's going to be pressure coming from Vandvoort. And also, who is that? I think that's maybe Dyson Freeman as well. Trying to see who it was. Just takes a little bit for the data to sort itself out here.
Well, there is a lot going on. To be honest,
there's a little bit happening.
There's a little bit happening.
However, one thing we do know, Davo, is car 20, Dion de Graaf, has a grasp on the lead of this race right now.
Okay,
with
sorry
an
to
18th
interrupt.
margin.
So we just got Greenall into the pits, but notably it was Sprout that actually came in just behind him as well. So he's into the pit lane. Callahan, I just heard a massive crash there in the background over my audio, and I'm going to pick up on the Callahan, and there it is, ladies and gentlemen. Wow.
Yeah, was that the one with Alex Sprague?
No,
no, it wasn't. No, that wasn't it.
So we're just going to go down to the back of Callahan's car here, and you're going to get a bird's eye view of this. It was the number 31 car. No, it wasn't the number 31 car. It was the orange car that tapped Callahan there. It was the same orange car, I think, that went around in lap 1 down at T3. So, there we go. Plenty going on, ladies and gentlemen. The camera guys endeavouring to keep up with as much action as they can here. Callahan actually gets that car straight off the track and into the pit lane here. Bewley. David, look at this lot at the front. That's Edgar. That is Edgar, Forbett, and Freeman. My God, pretty much went 3 wide into 1 here, and they are still at it. That's Sturrock in amongst it as well.
Forbett pops out the front of that one. Did a nice job there.
Here we go, Sturrock on the inside here. Tricky, too wide through the kink there. You can see the cars bouncing off that curb there. Look at it, and again the guys getting together.
Side to side. Tom Bewley joins the chat down the inside there at turn 7.
Wow. There's a lot going on here, ladies and gentlemen. And man, these guys play for keeps.
So, De Graaf still holds a slender lead over Jonathan Turner. Jesse Simpson, Roger Forbett there with that recent pass, puts himself in 4th. Edgar in 5th. And then we have Tom Bewley, and he's not mucking around. We saw the performance out of Tom in race 1. He's just sizing up. And Edgar's going to make him go the long way around. Looks for side draft. A little bit of contact on the front straight too, as he looked for every bit of side draft. He's going to go for an over-under here. All the camber down on the inside of turn 1's not going to allow too much of it though, Davo. And Casey Starr in the watching brief as well. Where is Alex Sprague and Hugo Allen? They will be in the queue, I would imagine, lining up shortly to try and...
So Bewley passed.
Yep.
Sturrock, oh, side by side, literally muscles his way through there. Oh no, that's Edgar. He's gone. That little bounce, that bump. Oh, ever so slight glance on the inside wall there. Keeps it off the outside, but in the sand loses multiple positions, J-Man. Tricky stuff. That little bounce at the top of the hill there. And he's...
Freeman in the kitty litter now.
Where is Freeman, J-Man, on my
He's
list
dropped
here?
down to P18. Yeah. So, it is right now about the attack now from Bewley, Starrick, Sprague and Allen. How quickly they can catch these front runners. Sorry, just picked up on something there. Haven't made their stops yet. It was actually Jared McLeod, just a little wide. And that was out of turn 12. Just copped a little bit of wall on the exit, so just a little bit more racetrack than he required there. And plays on, but yeah, this will be the lap where Bewley, I think, catches the back of the Misfits car. Gets a good look at the Matchfit Motorsport logo on the rear boot cowl of that Porsche as they head up into 3 now. Looks for an over-under here. Know how much camber is there in that corner, and Forbett uses it to a very nice advantage to get off of 3 up through 4, 5 and 6. This is where we just saw Edgar just grab a little too much curb a lap ago and disconnected the very stiffly sprung 992 car. Unfortunately, the rest is history when you do that. Lots of grip on offer until there isn't.
Well, funny that. Look at Allen going to work on Sturrock. Look, he'd only just got to it. No mucking around here. They make contact, and Sturrock loses a position there to Sprague. Oh, and
he's going to readdress it.
He's
going to readdress it. Hugo Allen just gets straight out of it and says, mate,
sorry.
My bad.
So it allows him past. And then back in. It's not the way these guys want to do business, J-Man.
No, and Hugo Allen's got a ton of pace on board. I wouldn't be surprised if he puts the car this lap.
Yeah,
stay out. It's actually going to just...
Is he going to slow down or something there?
Yeah. McLeod got him
as well, yeah. So, and I think that was an unnecessary pass, but should I say redress? But I don't know the details and whether there was a little bit of a call from race control there. J-Man, Rob Carwood in the pit lane as well in the background. Currently leading the race, Dion de Graaf, Jonathan Turner and Jesse Simpson, 1, 2, 3 respectively, and in quite close contact, those three boys there too, so they've just got to keep that out. Fairly big gap back to Bewley, Forbett, Sprague, Sturrock, and all that other action we've been calling. Sturrock, Allen, and McLeod as well. I think there's one more behind him. Actually, it's Nico Cordia, J-Man, in the background. Not too far back, Swinney, Aston, Edgar, we saw, picking up a bad bounce off the brow of the hill there down into 8.
Yeah.
Putting that car backwards into the sand. Luckily, he didn't make contact. He was in actually a quite tight group of cars there. So
yes, and nice little move and battle going on now. Bewley through on Forbett, allows Alex Sprague to just line up now as well. So field settled down. Obviously a little bit of early drama with cars really just trying to find their place on this reverse grid, and actually Sprague with a very, very good run off of turn 14, looks to the inside early, down to 1 on Forbett, and we'll get it done down there, and he gets to set sights back on Tom Bewley. De Graaf, however, nice job at the front at the moment, still holding it at 1 second margin over Jonathan Turner. And
Sturrock makes a massive mistake. He went in way too hot.
sorry, who was that?
Sturrock in 3 there, J-Man. The boys, I think, are going to pick this up on the replay. There it is. Yep. Allen was putting the pressure on Sturrock with a mistake. Hugo rolls on past. Thanks for coming. Busy race as we near the halfway mark.
Oh, is it getting to that time already? Wow.
These guys are smashing through this. There's so much going on, keeping us on our toes, J-Man, and obviously the boys in the camera booth there are sweating it out. I think we caught most of the action there, I think they're saying to me, but man, I don't think you could have caught all of that at all. There is just so much going on there. J-Man, we'll go back to the front and just check what's going on. That's Dion Gruff in the pits, J-Man. Turner stays out, Bewley stays out.
Yeah, so I'm interested to see how this looks, obviously, with Jesse Simpson having made his stop as well. Was lap 7, he took his opportunity in 4.5 seconds in the lane, or on the jacks, apologies, and it'll be interesting to see just where Jesse Simpson comes in relation to Dion de Graaf, who's exiting the pits as we speak, just to get an idea of what it looks like for the undercut situation with Jesse Simpson, and he has come out just behind Dion de Graaf, so that worked effectively well for Jesse. I'm not sure what his position was when he commenced that stop. However, he's fully in touch with what was the race leader prior to the pit stop. Relinquishes that lead to Jonathan Turner, who does have Tom Bewley, Alex Sprague, and Roger Forbett. Not too far behind Hugo Allen. He is right behind Roger Forbett as well, so look for the pit lane to get incredibly busy over the next 2.5 minutes, I think, is going to be where it's at. Opportunity, I think, here for Hugo Allen, if he's going to get held up by Roger Forbett, is to duck in and get this done and see what he can make for the final run home, which will be around about 10 minutes of running. But he does get a nice line out of 13 into 14, clears him.
Forbett just awkward turn in there. Did himself no favours, get caught out wide. He really had nothing for it, J-Man.
Sprague. Okay, so Cordia on his way out of the pit lane. We'll see where this places him as well. We'll see well behind De Graaf, already up through 2, heading to 3. So it'll be a lot about realistically where Alex Sprague, Bewley and co, where they come out. I think at the time De Graaf had about a second over Jonathan Turner, and those guys have already wrapped him up. He finds himself back in 3.
Yep. So there's that orange car again. That has popped up on my radar a couple of times already tonight. So,
oh, Concordia gets a drive-through penalty. Sorry, David.
Yeah, and it was the Aaron Cunningham car. I've just seen it off track a couple of times tonight. So he's had a tough race. And I was just unaware of who was driving that. So
Bewley from the lead of the race to the lane.
Yep.
So this is the important one. This is the one.
And who's behind him there? And see the attitude of Bewley's car. He was
Jonathan Turner, Roger Ford.
under very heavy braking. He tipped that thing into the pit lane there, J-Man. He looked like he was...
He's away. 4.6 seconds for Bewley. So look for Dion De Graaf. Where is he? He's coming down the front straight. Where is Bewley? He's just got onto the off of the pit limiter, coming into turn 1 in the pit lane. Where is De Graaf?
He's out, and that is who is that behind him?
That'll be Jesse Simpson and Cooper Prout.
So it's Prout. So, he grunts deep into 4, into 3, should I say?
Getting any data for Prout's lap? His pit lap. No data at all for Prout's pit lap. You got any read on Cooper Prout in the stop, Davo?
Time for Prout in stop. Let's see if we can bring this up. Pit time up on the totem there. 4.4 seconds, J-Man. Same as Bewley.
Okay, not registered for me. So, however...
So, Bewley, Prout and Simpson are running 4th, 5th, 6th, respectively, all with the same pit stop times there at a 4.4.
Yeah, and so here comes Alex Sprague from the lead of the race. Relinquishes that to Hugo Allen. On the long run is Hugo for this one. He's got a plan. See if it comes to fruition. But Bewley and Prout are going to have a say in this as well, I believe. And here he comes back out the lane to Sprague, and he comes out right behind Cooper and Tom Bewley. So Hugo Allen looks like the overcut not really working here tonight, Davo, from what I can pick. Other than I think De Graaf's was pretty good over Forbit.
Just picking up out of Prout's car. And the amount of debris on track, it is like next level. Literally sandblasting that windscreen. Not with sand, no, these are stones, I tell you. And they're
rock. They're rocks, Davo. They're chucking rocks.
And a little bit of contact there between Bewley and Sprout there as well.
There we go, Hugo Allen. Hugo Allen to the lane, comes in really hot, deep under brakes.
Ooh.
Arrests the speed.
Wow.
And this is a big one because Tom Bewley is coming out of 13, lining up the big camber 14, turn 14. Had to come out onto the front straight. Hugo Allen will be looking for somewhere. 4 seconds. He was super efficient. He was around about half a second quicker on the jacks than Tom Bewley.
He's off the litter. He's grounding the... Oh, and look at this. This is Bewley and Sprout.
Look at Cooper Prout turned up on the scene.
Oh, didn't he? What? So there you go. We look over the rear wing of Hugo Allen now.
Masterclass. Worked out that overcut. Just worked perfect. Really efficient on the jacks.
Okay, so
hopefully he's got enough fuel. 5 minutes remaining.
Absolutely, J-Man. Rear wing shot here. Out over Allen's car here. And you can clearly see the boys. Bewley, Prout and Sprague. Right behind him there.
Well, it's
this
and it's
race,
all on.
Oh, this has really made this last few minutes. It is going to be a spectacle.
Oh, race control, just a little bit of a in behind the scenes thing to keep your viewers up to date. That yeah, Cooper Prout just copping a points penalty there. It's not going to affect the outcome of this race. However,
Okay.
it will affect the points situation.
So,
Oh, they just fly the curbs down there, Davo. It
don't
turns
they?
11 and 12.
it's amazing.
Fantastic scenes here with only 4 minutes remaining in this one, and a very tight battle between Allen, Beauty and Prout. Sprague, don't discount him as well. He is tucked right in there in 4th position.
Yeah.
Stefan McCartan, a bit of an air gap and a lonely 5th, but done a stellar job as well.
And it looks like
Jesse Simpson, the early stopper, went in on lap 7, and he's still in touch as well in P6, so good stuff.
Alan literally has got out in front of these guys out of the pit lane there, and he's just like, I'm going to leave you guys to it. I'm just going to shoot up the road here a little bit. And he's taken off and left it to these guys to fight out. And fight out they are. Look at what's going on in the background behind Bewley between Sprague and Prout. J-Man.
Oh, it's brave stuff, and I mean, yeah.
See that debris. The stones are flying. Hey, thankful.
Yeah, fantastic driving. Awesome stuff there. Beautiful pass. So, give you a recap on the count. Hugo Allen up 41 spots. Tom Beauty up 38. Cooper Prout up 38. 35 spots for Alex Sprague. 33 spots for Stefan McCartan. Jesse Simpson, nice job, 12 spots. But Ryan Delaney also up 28 spots, and Logan Howard up 23. Paul Booth, good run in the second one, up 22 spots.
Yeah, pretty impressive stuff. Allen with 41 gains over the race there. Again, massive numbers here for the SCNZ 2026 SIMBLACKS Porsche Cup Series.
Oh, who was that just went stage left? I'll pick up who that was. Not sure who that was.
Maybe Priest. Priest. It's a lot of data at the moment, but yeah, times are ticking. 2 more minutes to run here.
Okay, that might have been with Cooper Prout just at the moment there, Davo, because Sprague is back in front and got the crosshairs down on Tom Bewley. So I thought Prout had actually got through on Sprague, but he's back behind him again. And 23.5 minutes. We're only going to see another lap after this, I believe, my friend. So
Yep.
This will be the closing one. Hugo Allen looks to have this one well in control once again over Tom Bewley. Now he's put a nice just about 2 seconds on that, but not done, I don't believe, between Alex Sprague and Cooper Prout. I think there's a little bit left in this one, a little bit of feeling.
Just picking up on some action in the back.
Yep.
At the bottom end of the top 10 here.
Is that Ryan Delaney?
Oh yeah, look, these guys. Look at these guys go bouncing the Porsches over the curb. It's not over yet. This is a replay from a lap, I think the lap previous here. Jamie, look at these guys. No mucking around.
Right, she's busy. A big send up the inside into turn 3 from Cooper Prout, hip and shoulder, but rolls out of it. Says, nah, I'm probably going to wrap over the knuckles for that. I'll just let you have that back. There, Mr. Sprague, and play on.
Well in deep, J-Man. Look, and the little clip of the ripple strip on the left-hand side there did not help his cause there, J-Man. Just lifting those wheels there for just a millisecond there, just enough to slow down the braking performance on that car, ran deep, was never going to stop that, and rightly so. Like you said, J-Man addressed that situation.
Yeah, but once again, Davo, Mr. Hugo Allen is going to greet the black and whites first again as he rounds up to turn 13. Tries to line this thing up one more time for turn 14 and take the W once again here at round 3, race 2. Stunning job, as I mentioned, up 41 spots. I think it was a well-managed race from the 777 car.
You did hear that right. It was 41.
Over Tom Bewley, and then Alex Sprague, Cooper Prout and Stefan McCartan. Round the 5, Jesse Simpson, Ryan Delaney, Logan Howard, Dean DeGraaf. I was not going to call this too early because DeGraaf's got a lot of pressure from Jared McLeod at the line. Super tight.
And just
there
behind
for the top 10.
Yeah, Greenhill actually had pressure from Booth as well. So it's still going on as the boys all in fairly quick succession here too. 25-minute race. These guys are actually all fairly close together here. We're just picking up on Sweeney now in 17th. Cordia in 18th. Rob Carwood just rounding the final corner as well. Edgar, J-Man and Stefan Adams, 20th and 21st. Edgar, oh, how close was that?
That's tight. That is tight.
We got Hayward, Aston. I think Sid here actually had, Sid Ahmed had a late crash there, which obviously slowed his progress down in the race. Webster out of the final corner as well, J-Man. Callahan still out on track. A couple of guys in the background, but that is pretty much done and dusted as Hugo does a cool down lap. Bewley does celebratory burnouts because, I mean, that's what we do. J-Man, that's what we do best, actually. After these kinds of races, just fry some tyres. Why not?
Absolutely.
And for a change, I think, J-Man, we have got about, I think, 20 minutes up our sleeve here.
Yeah, hey, look, the Porsche series. Well, I'm not sure we'll need it because, it's kind of almost, it's a hit and miss for the series, viewers, whether or not we do or we do not get anybody to have a chat to. Obviously, we'll hang in here, just reflect a little bit on what was a fantastic race. Obviously, quite an orderly race one. We're very much Allen and Prout, Sprague, Bewley and co did go out there, and McCartan as well, and sort of backed up the qualifying performances and really went about their business in that one. But they got to earn their keep in the second one, and you just witnessed there, if you had tuned in, 41 odd cars out there going about the whole reverse situation. Was super well managed early by a couple of people come to mind, and the first one was the drive that Dion DeGraaf put on at the lead and did a nice job in the stops, and obviously just the pace of these guys came to him in the end, but did finish incredibly well, did Dion as well. So that was nice to see, but the management there from Allen, Bewley, Sprague, Prout, McCartan, just to name a few, was very impressive. Just the way they worked through the traffic, there was a fair bit of patience required. I think we picked up at one point Hugo Allen coming up on the back of a bunch of cars, and they were too wide, too deep. So effectively a rolling roadblock of 4 cars, and just, you know, patience, exertion of patience and racecraft. And we talk about racing IQ frequently, and you know, there's bucket loads of the stuff out there tonight in respect of just the way the guys go about it. And look, I know this story won't be echoed throughout the field. There's going to always, with a big grid and field, there's always going to be some hard luck stories and guys that felt they maybe were hard done by or things didn't go their way. However, live race control were kept very busy in that race too, and they do a fantastic job, and something that we don't really have to worry about. Occasionally we reflect on maybe important penalties that we hear and see that might have a bearing on the outcome of the race. However, not a lot of that for us tonight. Racing was absolutely fantastic. You and I very familiar with Vandvoort race circuit, called it a lot of times. Tonight was no exception. The racing was very good. I love the amount of camber on offer, the opportunities out of 3, certainly even the opportunities between 13 and 14 that we witnessed there. A lot of guys just taking the opportunity to really just set the passes up. So I do appreciate the racing we saw, and look, I think outside of that, it's going to be one of those nights where, the drivers are either incredibly excited or a little shy. I'm not sure. If you drivers are watching this back and you're not afraid to come down and have a chat in the booth and we can hear about how your night went, by all means, come and catch us up. We're here, and it's a part of the show. And look, if nothing else, guys, it's a great opportunity in the modern landscape to spruik your sponsors and your supporters, because we know you are heavily involved with your partners out there at the moment that give you the opportunity to go sim racing at times. There is a lot of support out there for these drivers, and outside of that, we appreciate the support we get from the viewers for the streams. Put it on.
Of course, and not only here on live on a Wednesday night, J-Man, but even obviously our Sky viewers that watch a delayed broadcast of this race as well later in the week. So awesome stuff. But like you said, J-Man, like these some of the new generation of drivers that we're seeing here, heavily sponsored guys, the young blokes. And the landscape has changed somewhat in the sim racing world, and look, marketing and networking is such a big part of that, isn't it? So, like I said, it's good. We love having a chat with the boys too, especially when we get them straight out of the car, because there's still the red mist is only just fading sometimes, isn't it?
Yep, for sure. So, hey, look, unfortunately, like I said, we try and work on the drivers a little bit more going forward in respect to trying to get them down for a chat. Doesn't look like anybody's real keen to get behind the mic, or, certainly, maybe they're aware that the peanuts aren't really that edible down here. And, yeah, so Dave, I think unfortunately that's probably whereabout we have to sign it. We're probably around 7 minutes short of the marker here today. I don't know what that looks like.
Oh, look, well, we can pack it out with some awesome action as we just pick up on the in-car from Hugo Allen after starting from the rear of the field here, ladies and gentlemen. But we, J-Man and I, we'll wrap it up right now, and we will thank all of the people involved, obviously. Supercars, the boys at Supercars NZ for putting on a fantastic bloody show again here tonight at Vandvoort for round 3 in the SCNZ 2026 SIMBLACKS Porsche Cup. J-Man, obviously we're going to thank GAMAFLARE. We'll give ourselves a pat on the back, obviously, Matchfit Entertainment, for bringing us here live on the internet tonight, and obviously welcome and thank you all our viewers over at Sky 83 for joining in, and thank you SIMBLACKS. And look, we're going to see you all next week at, where did I say we were going next week, J-Man?
Adelaide, mate.
Adelaide, that's right. That is going to be amazing. So watch that space. We're going to see you all next week. Thank you for tuning in once again. And if you're watching on YouTube, don't forget, like and subscribe. Thank you very much. Bye for now.